Welcome back to Let's Play White Day, a lad named School. I always let that piano play at the start because it helps to sync up the audio of it. That, and you know, it has to play in order for you to skip through the intro anyway. But I let it play for a few seconds, nonetheless. You know what? Time travel, right? It's just like, what? Out of nowhere. It's just like, I mean, I remember thinking about this a while ago, and I thought about it again. And both cases was when I was trying to sleep. Typical, you know, when your mind just kind of goes into, let's think about random interesting things, even though you're just trying to get to sleep. I was thinking about time travel, right? I was like, you know what, if time travel were possible, how would it actually, you know, work? If someone went back in time or forward in time, would their existence be affected somehow? Because, you know, just the fact that they disappear from the timeline that they're in kind of would seem like that would kind of make it so that they'd no longer exist there. And I just like thought of an idea for a story. It's like, I thought of this idea a while ago, but the idea came back to me again. And it's just like an interesting idea. I imagine it's been done before, you know, as a story and all that. You know, with time travel and all that. But my idea is kind of like, what if someone was sent back or forward in time as a test to see if time travel could work, and the time traveler finds themselves in an alternate world, maybe not noticing it at first, continues to time travel a couple of times, ends up in more alternate worlds, and there's like very subtle differences, like nothing too drastic, although it can have some drastic changes in some of the timelines, you know. It's just like you could pretty much, it's like endless possibilities there. But then essentially the idea is that the protagonist, while traveling through time, eventually runs into another time traveler who informs the protagonist that they are actually lost in time, much like they themselves. And that, you know, they can't return to the timeline where they originate. Or something like that. And like the whole idea of the story would be the protagonist trying to get back to their own worlds because they're lost in time, essentially. And then like, not just like I leave it at that, it's just like, oh yeah, the time traveler they run into is just like, oh yeah. Then it's like revealed there are many time travelers that have become lost in time, and they've all kind of like developed, like, well, not developed necessarily, but they've like all, like, one of them had found, like, say, an alternate world where humanity didn't exist. And in that world, let's ignore that for now. In that world, they like build their own civilization where there's only time travelers, but more of a kind of stopping point in time. I don't know, like where lost time travelers can get, you know, a bit more informed on stuff and like maybe get some more information and, you know, tips and all that on time traveling, and maybe they'd establish rules and laws about time travel there as well, because they'd be like, look, you can't go fucking around with time, you know, you've gotta be careful with this shit and all that, and like essentially have it so that, you know, any time they travel into and they like influence at all was simply a timeline that was meant to be influenced by time travel in some kind of bizarre way, you know? So that, like, you know, it's not like, oh yeah, you've screwed up time in this alternate world. No, it was meant to be that way in that alternate world, kind of thing. You know, kind of really, kind of just like, whoa. It's interesting, you know. It's like, if you did time travel, how would you get back to your, like, original time, you know? Just find that kind of interesting. It led to an idea like that. Just like, you just have all that, and the protagonist's goal is to try to get back to their own time. And like, just like, I had an idea. I was like, okay, so how do you end the story like that exactly? With the protagonists finding their way back to their own time? Just like, I just thought, you know, what would be a real kind of kick in the balls for an ending would be, because it would be an ending that would, you know, make sense, but it'd be one of those endings where it'd be like, oh, have it so like the protagonist does find their way back to their own time, but at the cost of their memories of their time travel either being entirely erased, Men in Black style, or, you know, just very faint like a dream. That would be one of those endings where it'd be like, alright, that's bullshit, man. It would kind of make sense though, wouldn't it? It'd be interesting. And you just could have like all these alternate worlds where like there are subtle differences, like I said. It'd be, I mean, the possibilities would be endless there, wouldn't it? Just like have like time travelers that don't come from the same timeline. So they've all got like histories of their own worlds that have subtle or even drastic differences. I mean, like, you just think, like, the whole, what if Hitler, you know, didn't start World War II? What if he died and all that? Just, like, could have time travel would be like, oh, Hitler, yeah, he died in World War I, so he didn't start World War II, and then what would happen from there on, and, you know, all these alternate things that could happen and stuff. It'd be interesting. Just an interesting concept. But, you know, when you're trying to sleep like I was, it's not exactly, you know, fun. It's like, god damn it. It's just like, my mind's like, I mean, because in that case, you could pretty much have anything, really, couldn't you? Just like, oh, you could have a timeline where something that, you know, doesn't exist suddenly exists. Possibility endless and that kind of stuff. It's like, what if you had an alternate world where the dinosaurs didn't go extinct, or went extinct at a later points? What if humanity hadn't had a chance to develop? All kinds of stuff. I think we've explored all of that now, right? So let's get on with the plot. Enough random science fiction talk here. I just found that interesting. I think we've seen all we have to see here. You know what? I'm curious at the same time, though. Let's see. We wait here for a few seconds. Yeah, it doesn't look likely, does it? Yeah. doesn't appear on very easy. I don't know what's the lowest difficulty that Ghost would appear on, but it's certainly not very easy, that's for sure. That's the downside of the very easy mode, you know. If you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with the janitor's AI, man. It's a pain in the ass. I'm not good at this game, so I can't escape the janitor or hide from him, so I'll go with very easy mode, so it'll be easy to avoid him. But on top of that, you'd also miss out on all the ghosts. You know what? I haven't been checking this. Always look around for clues. For example, you can find some unexpected information inside the janitor's mailbox. Okay, I don't think we've got any other notifications from it yet. I was wondering that, because I don't think I checked that in the previous part, and that was probably why. This floor, right? This room. Take some chalk. I'll take this little token. It is now time to move on to the plots. That'll be slightly different, notably different.
Hey, why are you still here? Anyway, what was that noise I heard?
Now, what I've only just realized that, because when I, like, at the end of the previous part, like, I'll just switch back to the normal costumes from this part onward and all that. And I did that, but I was, like, wondering if it's saved or not. So Young's gone. A big tree monster kidnapped So Young.
Tree? Are you insane? I don't understand what you're saying. Why are there so many guys in this school who are completely obsessed with So Young? She's not even that pretty. Hey, come on, be honest. Are you here this late because you're into So Young as well? Is it because tomorrow is White Day?
It's none of your business. That is, this costume doesn't act like a douche.
So I'm right. Look, wake up, stupid. You think you're the only one So Young bewitched with that face of hers? You don't know this, but she's a manipulative witch.
Really? Is So Young really like that? I think you're being rather rude.
Are you taking her side? And that's not all. There are a ton of totally strange rumors about her. Rumor has it, So Young... Huh? Did you hear something just now?
Branching point time. We're not gonna go out the sun this time. We're going to go to where the sound is coming from.
What are you doing in here? Tell me, what happened earlier?
You could at least say thanks for rescuing me, you know, like those dragons in Spyro. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm fine. I can't remember anything. I woke up on the floor of a completely different room. I have a feeling that tonight is very different. Maybe the day is here. You know something too, don't you?
I'm curious about what is going on here. There was a piece of wood that looked like a talisman. All I did was put that piece in place.
Oh yeah?
Maybe. That might have caused it. Alright, that's fine. This school has so many hidden secrets. I'm gonna go now. If you want to leave the school, go to main building too.
No, it's weird, isn't it? We haven't really seen much of So Young's character, so we don't really know much of her personality. So it's just like, all we got is based on, Sung-ah constantly being like, she's a manipulative witch. And it's like, from that scene, it's just like, could Sung-ah be right or wrong? Probably not right. You know what? There was a glitch that happened to me multiple times, always consistently on higher difficulties, where the ghost would literally stay there, and it was hilarious. If it doesn't happen to me when I play through it on high difficulties, I will show it, because I did, record it with the inbuilt capture cards early last year when I played the game originally. So yeah, we're on, I was about to say Sung-ah there, So Young's path now. So things will be different. I mean, the main gameplay part will be, will be mostly the same, but things will play out differently from here on out. Now, I'm trying to remember at the same time, because after going through this playthrough, I'm going to go for the extra character route. And I can't fully remember how you trigger this one scene that's... there are a few essential scenes you got to trigger in order to get the extra character's route going. Can you imagine you see something like that and your response is just, Well, that was interesting. Not going there just yet. There we go. No, quite. Just ignore the phone for now. Can we interact with these? We can't on very easy mode. We can apparently on normal mode interact, but very easy mode is definitely the mode where you can't do shit, because most of the puzzles for the ghost list and the ghosts themselves aren't on very easy mode, which is kind of lame. It's like, well, nothing to say about that, So you pick up a phone and it's just like, It's just like, was there any reason for that? That's a good point when you think about it. Is it just there to be all creepy and spooky, or does it have any relevance? I wonder how much progress I can make before we get too far into the 20 odd minutes range, because we already have 21 minutes coming up here. There's always a pain in the ass, you know, because it takes quite a while to go through all the rooms, picking up random shit, you know. It becomes a bit tedious. The amount of times I played through the game last year was ridiculous to get the ending collection complete, and I still haven't got it fully completed because I still haven't cleared the extra characters endings on hard and hell mode, and there are 2 different endings as well, so it's an extra pain in the ass because that means I'd have to play through hell mode 2 times for that. It certainly didn't make it easy, you know. Almost like this. And is there anything in here? Nope. I always forget which toilet stalls have anything in them. Strange, I definitely recall the last floor having nothing there, but I don't remember it applying to the second floor. How peculiar. Maybe there's something... Nope. Well, whatever, it doesn't even matter. I'll take this. I'll take that. That's it. Oh, I accidentally used it. Not that it matters. And that's where we gotta go. I guess might as well. Is this the room that has that puzzle? Yeah, it does. Look at them as a picture, not words. 3 lines and that line means 2. That's pretty much your only hint you're gonna get in the entire game there, because on high difficulties it doesn't give you this helpful little tip. I mean, they kind of like, you look at this and you look at that, and you just kind of think, I've got to find these characters in, you know, these. But the thing is, it's like, it's not quite as simple as that. It's like that is 2 if you take away the, where the center of the thing is, right there. In the middle, on the far left, essentially. Take away the bottom bit, and that's 2. You take away the bottom bit of that, and that's, I think, is it? Yeah, 8. The top of that is 4. And you take away everything around that would be 1, I think. Is that one 1? I think it's 1. So it's 2, 8, 4, 1, I think. Pretty sure it's always a mixture. It's randomized, but it's always those 4 numbers in some combination. So it's kind of easy to remember. Yeah, you noisy bastards. Unfortunately, this will have spawned the janitor somewhere. Not that it matters, because we're on very easy mode. It should be very easy to avoid the janitor. That'll be another combination. We can, you know, go to the principal's office. Where's he coming from? Must be at the top. But you know, I realize we're getting closer and closer to 30 minutes, so... should I? Feel like I should at least unlock it first, you know? So that I don't have to backtrack, although I'd probably be confused when I record next anyway. There we go. I'll have to save the game, and I'll do. That's the annoying thing about this section of the game, is it takes forever to get it done, so it just ends up feeling like you haven't really done much in the part, you know. This game can get pretty repetitive if you play it multiple times, which the game pretty much like expects you to do that to unlock everything, and well, not as much to unlock really, to be fair. But you know, to get all the endings and all that on the difficulties, all of that, and what do you get for a 1 freaking extra character costume? Like, it's ridiculous. But anyways, that'll do for this part, and I shall see you next time, viewers. See you next time.